Hello my friends, I am G Hondo. Welcome back to Aurora. This is episode 56. At the end of episode 55, we were in the Lakai 9352 sector, and there were 5 other gates, and that's what we're going to start working on today. We're going to start popping them open. The bee is here building said gates while the Bastion is at Earth doing its overhaul, so we're just waiting on it to finish while the bee continues its work. And everything is lovey-dovey. Moving on. Probably should have done a 30-day tick there, not a 5-day, but it's okay. That's okay. You may have noticed I've moved the webcam up to the top middle as opposed to the bottom middle as I had it last episode. I'm still not 100% sure that's where it's finally going to live, but I figured this way at least you guys could still see any messages we get about, things being researched or the construction brigades finding stuff, what have you. And frankly, you're not missing much up here anyway, because these are just the time buttons and then the various menu buttons, so nothing terribly exciting up there anyway, so I don't think we're really missing anything. I was originally going to put it in the top right corner, and then I noticed that because of the way I have my screen set up to actually record Aurora, because it doesn't do the screens nicely, so I have to do just like a flat window record. But the webcam software and the Aurora, they don't really work well together, so what happens is, on my actual recording, I actually have black bars on the sides of the window, which are removed when it gets up to YouTube, but the actual webcam goes further over, so it's actually where the actual edge of the screen is, which means half of it be cut off. So for now, I'm just going to leave it in the middle, and hopefully that works. Okay, so we have got some factories and mines, that's cool, and the overhaul is done. Very, very cool. So now let's see if I can remember how to get out here. Because it's a very, very long trip, as I recall. I'm pretty sure it was through Ross, through Tea Gardens, Van Manens, Izad Aquarii? Yes, okay. I found us. Alright. And through gate number 1. Let's go. Slight downfall to going this way instead of going and doing some other gate closer to Earth is if I actually do colonize here, I won't be able to put a sector commander on it, or at least not the same one as Earth has. I'd have to build its own sector commander because there's just too many jumps away. Anyway, this is the Heinz 299, I think that says. My eyesight's not that good, but at least this one actually has potential minerals. The last one we were in had nothing except some waypoints, so at least we can get some potential here. So let's go ahead and get that process started. We'll go on auto turns 1 day and see if we find anything. We do at least have Lagrange points, which is nice. Looks like it's a binary star, and that the second star is very close in, which probably doesn't really help our mineral situation, but is okay. I don't actually see the second Lagrange point, so I'm not sure where it is. Because if there's only the one, that doesn't really help. Because the whole point of them is to jump between them, right? Anyway. That's fine. Okay. Getting some serious flicker on the screen, but anyway. Not sure what window it's trying to pop up because it's not staying on the screen long enough, but I can say I'm not impressed with it. Anyway. Who knows? Well, we've already found some minerals, so we're already ahead of the previous one. Ooh, and that's very nice. Yeah, if this place has a second Lagrange point, I'm not seeing it. And that makes it, nope, there it is right there. Okay. So it does have a second one, so it is in fact of some use. That's good. And that's actually a pretty decent way to cut like this whole section. If you were over here somewhere trying to get over here, that would actually be quite useful. In terms of minerals, what have we found so far? That's not bad. The accessibility is a bit low, but that's a good gas sector. So I certainly could bring the gas pump here. It wouldn't be too bad. Be a little bit slow because of that low accessibility, but it's okay. That's okay. I am, however, seeing no sign whatsoever of potential bugs to squish. Which means that, once again, my shiny new Meson cannon ship is sitting there bored in Earth, gathering dust, with nobody to shoot at. That's a shame. I'd really like to find some aliens to squish. I of course mean engage in positive diplomatic interrelations. Nah, I just want to shoot somebody. But there's nobody to shoot. That's very sad. But it certainly looks like it's safe to tell the bee to come out here and build this gate. Their morale is already slipping because I haven't sent them back to Earth in a while, but it's okay. I'm sure they don't mind being out forever and ever and ever and ever. Just because I changed my government type from benevolent dictatorship to Pax Utopia doesn't mean I'm not still a dictator. That's how that works, right? Anyway. I'm just doing some asteroid surveys. Hasn't actually found any minerals yet, but we do at least have some asteroids to check on. And that's nice. I got thinking, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not, but I got thinking about the Bastogne here, and I don't remember which one's which. I think it's the gravitational one. That's the only part that's actually a military ship. The geological surveyor is a commercial ship. So what I actually could do is split it into two different ships, and that way the geological surveyor could just stay out indefinitely because it's it's a commercial vessel, and then just have the replacement Bastogne doing just the waypoint surveying, making it a much shorter trip. So I might do that at some point. Not sure if it's that important or not, but it certainly would have made that one sector we had earlier where we almost lost the Bastogne because it just didn't have enough fuel to get all the way out then back a lot easier. Because then I could just put on, I would take off all the military engines and put on the commercial engines, which are way more fuel efficient. So, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm not sure it's entirely worth doing or not. Although it is an excuse to design a new ship, and I really like designing ships. So, so I might. I haven't decided yet. Well, looks like most of these asteroids were busts, but we are still finding stuff on the planet, so far so good. Oh, I got a glimpse of it there. It's the main Aurora window, that little tiny, basically just a little menu bar. I got a decent look at it that time. Not that it really helped me to see it, but at least I did actually see it this time. So now I at least know what it's trying to show. Although I still have not figured out how that actually helps, dropping to a new window. If anything, that just takes up more CPU. I don't see how that helps, but anyway. I think we can safely jump up to 5-day jumps. Because I'm pretty sure there's no alien presence in here. And we've got most of the mineral scanning done. We haven't been down here yet. And obviously I don't know where all the asteroids are because I have those shut off, but we've done most of the mineral scans as far as I can tell. So that should be okay. Oh, I found a regular mine. Okay. Can't say as I immediately care, but it's less that I have to build later. So that's alright. That's alright. Why did we stop? No idea. Okay. Weird. Clearly the auto turns here are not really paying attention to me. Oh well. It's okay. That's okay. There's at least 20 odd moons there. No wonder that's taking its sweet time. And I never actually know if it's still going or whether it's just delaying, so I end up sitting here staring at it, wondering what's taking it so long, and it's not even trying. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. Okay, we are out of scannables, so we can now do the waypoint. Grav. Yep. But still, that looks like not a bad haul. I probably should check some of these actual planets and see if they're worth colonizing. Or whether this will just be another auto mine type of place. But while it's not responding, it's not going to talk to me, so that's fine too. Yeah. Bee's finally shown up. So we'll be able to send the Bastone home in about a month. Once that gate's built. And the poor bee will have to stay out here and build whatever gates we find. Because apparently I'm not fair to bees. It shouldn't be funny, but it is. I don't know why, but it is. Excuse me. So, apparently I found that funny. More infrastructure, which we don't need. Alright, it's paused, so let's have a quick look. Good pile of uranium there. Well, slightly better accessibility. Decent. Decent. Kind of crummy. There's the one we looked at before. Well, I can definitely see myself mining this place, but I don't see anything that screams I must colonize here. Well, maybe that. That is tempting. Well, I'm definitely going to be mining this place at some point. I'm just not sure that I'm going to bother actually putting a permanent colony down. But, because this will take a long time to dig. Even though there's not all that much, just this accessibilities. It's going to take a long time, especially, you know, like the sorium and vendorite, there is actually a lot of, and terrible accessibility there as well. But so I don't know. I'll have to decide later. I've got other places I know are better. And just having a colony for the sake of having a colony seems kind of pointless to me, because I've already got way too many colonies that I don't really have any plans to deal with, so it's not like we need the wealth or the extra shipping lines. since they're doing nothing but slowing things down as it is. Anyway. Take the auto turn off, that way I'll know immediately when it's time to jump again. Not that I get the sense it's actually doing the full 5 days, but who knows. Well, it did that time, okay. I'm just watching the time required here, and I'm pretty sure there was one point where it jumped less than 5, so that's why I'm thinking it may have been playing with my mind a bit. Anyway. Okay, so the B should be just about done. Let's go ahead and queue up those other... That is not the screen I was asking for. That's the one I wanted. Thank you. B. Yes, I know. You'll be allowed to go back to Earth at some point. Just won't be soon. Construction factory. Okay. Those are worth having. Oh, there's another jump point. Yep, the bee's definitely not going home anytime soon. The poor bugger. I should check, actually, if there's a better jump gate builder. I've got a 45-day one in there now. I don't remember if there was a one that was any shorter. I should check that, because maybe it's... If there is, it might be worth rebuilding the bee. I just don't remember if there was or not. But I'll check that later. It's not really a big deal. It's certainly not urgent. It would just be a convenience, that's all. That would be all that is. Yeah, Mom, you can do this. But at some point I really will have to pull the plug on this season and start over just because the turn lengths are getting longer and longer and longer. And obviously it's only going to get worse and worse and worse as we keep opening up new sectors, so... So far, I'm still okay with the delay we have now, but it is starting to irk me a little bit. And like I say, it's obviously only going to get worse and worse as we go, so... I'm not entirely sure when that exact moment will be, but at some point it will just bug me too much and I'll get mad and that'll be the end of it. But anyway... Who knows when that will be. Who knows? But it is a good game. I am rather enjoying playing it, so... I'm quite glad I decided to pick this one up again and give it a good solid on-camera try, and actually got pretty far in it. Because the first couple of games I tried just when I was trying to learn it on my own didn't go very well. So the interface is a little bit complex. So, but I think we've got it mostly figured out now. There is another one there that you can do. Thank you so much. They must really like it when I come on the communication device and advise them that they have more work to do when they're already way over their time. What's that? You're already on overtime? No problem. Why don't you also do this work? You didn't want to go home today, did you? No. Don't worry. Overtime is not paid. It's expected. almost done all the waypoint surveys. Looks like there's about half a dozen left or so. Can't tell if there's any up here blocked by the menu, but I'm only seeing these 5 more, plus the one it's on. So we do a quick zoom out. Yeah, it looks like that's it. So, almost done. Then we can send the Bastogne back for its overhaul. And time permitting, I might even send the bee back, but, you know, we'll see. It's not guaranteed. The only time they're guaranteed shore leave is when I'm running low on fuel and must go back. But there's nothing saying how long they're going to stay there, because refueling only takes a couple minutes. So sometimes I just have to be a jerk. These turns are getting longer and longer, though. I really do wish I could figure out how to delete some of the commercial shipping, because the wiki did say that was a good way of speeding things along, but I cannot figure out how to do it. I could figure out how to obsolete some of their designs, but that just means they won't build any new ones. It's not going to get rid of their existing ships. Okay, so the Bastogne is done. So you will head back to Earth. Refuel, resupply, and overhaul. Excellent. And depending on how long that takes, the bee might actually get a small break. Maybe. Because it's almost done, this one. So, give it 30 days to be just about done that one. And then we shall see. Yep. So that went 2 days when I clicked on the 30. That was nice of it. Very nice. It's good to see you're paying attention to my commands. That's always nice. Who knows? Who knows? That was about 9 days. Good, good. They should actually have a button which basically just says, however long I feel like it. And then that's the only one that you can click on. All the rest are grayed out, because that's effectively what you're getting. Anyway, alright, the Bastogne has done the shore leave portion, which probably made the bee even more jealous, because that's the only part they really want. But it's still overhauling, so there's still some time. We'll keep it going here. 11 more days to finish that gate. That was more like 1. Yeah. I suppose at some point I should just put all the message filters back off, get them all spamming again. That way at least I might be able to figure out what it's stopping for. But, oh, they found a whole pile of fuel. That's very nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but it's kind of annoying. If the turns weren't so slow to actually run, I probably wouldn't even notice it. But it's only because they drag so long, I have plenty of time to look at the date, look at the amount of time required, and, you know, do the math in my head and realize that that 5-day was really a 4-day increment. Anyway. Surely you can do a 1-day increment without a problem. Oh, we have completed some Earth research. L. Okay. Alright, so let us work on... Oh, actually, that's a good opportunity to check. Okay, so there is. I just haven't researched yet. So there is a 30-day one. Well, then let's do that. That seems like something I actually kind of want. Not urgently, but at least it's something I'm vaguely interested in. Okay, just a couple hours, and they'll finish that gate. And then I can send it back to Earth. Yay! Alright. Officially, it's being sent back for refuel, but, you know, if they happen to take some shore leave, I don't mind. Refuel. And you should get there in 19 days. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, that was not 30 days. That was more like 2. Actually, not even 2. I think that was more like 1. Craziness. Absolutely crazy. Anyway. Well, the Bastone is done, so that is excellent. We'll come back to here. Bastone. So that was through Ross 2. Tea Gardens. Van Manens. Excuse me, he said Aquarii, Lochile. And then the whatever one is next. Let's go. Okay. Welcome to another Gliese. Lovely. So I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot in terms of... Well, I guess there's a few. Do see some comments, though, so that's a good sign. Anyway. Rather than speculating about what's there, why don't we actually go find out what's there? Yes, please. That back on. Single days. Let's roll. Come on. Barely started. You can do this. Oh, sector command's finally done. Is that enough to get me Gliese 630? No, it is not. Right, apparently I need even more sector commands on Earth. Sector commands. You know what? Build me 50 of them. I don't know if I have enough materials for it or not, but I'll deal with that later. I've actually stopped bothering putting local governors on the colonies because it just doesn't seem that important to me. So I figure as long as I have a good sector commander, that's good enough to boost everybody. So, I know it's not optimal, but I really just can't be bothered. Apparently I'm lazy. Who knew? Anyway, so the bee has finished refueling. I absolutely could send it back out here pretty much whenever, but I'm going to accidentally let them have a few days of shore leave first. Because I am a nice-ish sort of fellow. Ish. Well, they're already back up to 48. How nice. Anyway, we will now do the grav surveys. See how far we get. Sometime in either August or September, I'll send the bee in to build the gate back. I think that'll be reasonable. That gives them a month or two. I think that's alright. Seems fine to me, anyway. A terraformer, which I don't need in the slightest. Okay. That's fine. All the terraforming there is done. I guess, though, I could send a cargo vessel there, pick it up, and plunk it somewhere else, but I currently don't really have any need of it. And if I do want to do any terraforming, I would just send my terraforming ships, which are as good as something like 130 each or something. Fuel refinery and deep space tracker. That's nice. I guess. For the 0 aliens I see floating around. Whatever, it's fine. That's fine. Come on, finish the turn. There you go. Alright, it's late August. Let's see how the bee's doing in terms of its morale. Oh, it's fine. And they would only even want another couple of weeks anyway to buzz that off, but at this point, I think we won't worry about it. We'll just get them out there. To Tea Gardens, Van Manen, Aquarii, Lakai, Gliese 1, and Gate. Okay. So pretty disappointing in terms of minerals, just a couple of comments. So I guess I could send in the mining, like the mining ship, the Golden Shovel, but it certainly doesn't seem urgent in the slightest. Research on Gliese 6 means I have to stop and give them some attention. Gliese 6. Because now they will have a unused lab. Oh, wow. They're really doing well now. They originally wanted 1,400 years because they didn't have enough population to run all these. They still don't have enough, but they're getting closer, so they think they only need about 80 more years. Nice. Very good progress. That's very nice progress. Come on, then. Oh, there's a new jump point. So the bee will be out here for at least a little while, once it finally arrives. So apparently it's a very long way to get out here. That's the other reason I may want to redesign the bee, make it a bit faster. It's not super critical, but speed is good. Come on now, you can do this. You can do it. No, seriously, thank you. Finish the actual turn here. Wow. Very, very, very painfully slow. Very, very, very slow. A fighter factory I don't want. Okay. Awesome. Do, 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 do. Come on, then. Now, I think after this episode, before I start recording the next one, I am going to spend some more time digging around trying to find out how to delete commercial ships. Because I really want these turns faster. It's really, really aggravating me. And I'm sure it's not particularly pleasant for you guys either watching it take this long between turns. I'm certainly not a fan, and I can't imagine anyone else is. So I'll do some more digging, see if I can find something I missed the last time I went digging. But alright, the B's done that gate. Let's have it build the next one. Come on. Come on. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is getting worse and worse and worse. Painfully, painfully slow. Boride. Okay. Material. Not very much of it either, but that's fine. Free stuff is free stuff. Can't complain about it. The bee might complain about it, though, because it just inherited more work. Come on. There you go. About 9 more of those. I wonder if it would be worth, I guess we can try it real quick, doing auto turns but less than 1 day increment, to see if there's enough background stuff it can maybe do in between. Like if I just do, say, maybe an hour's too low. Let's try 3 hours. Because theoretically, it should only really crawl when it's on a 5-day increment. Like when it hits like one of the 5-day ticks. Because that's when it does all the industry and all the research and all that. The rest of the time, it really shouldn't have much of anything to do. So, but maybe it can be doing some of that other processing ahead of time. Maybe. Not sure if this will work or not. Doesn't seem to be working so far, though. Yeah, no, that's not helping. Okay, it was worth a try. That was worth a try, but unfortunately it was a failed experiment. So that's a bit disappointing. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Okay. 5 more. Well, 6, I guess, because you're still on one, but... Come on. You can do it. Right. Come on. More infrastructure, okay. Guess we can haul all that away later. It certainly doesn't need to be there because it's not actually required, because it's terraformed completely. I'm pretty sure Le Mans and Leyland both still use at least some. So I'm pretty sure I couldn't terraform them far enough. Okay. So the Baston is done. No default. Show me everything. Earth. Refuel. Resupply. Overhaul. Off you go. I think we should have time to open up one more sector today. And hopefully we'll get something good out of that one, because the last two, these two we've done today so far have both been fairly disappointing. No aliens and pretty minimal minerals. Not real impressive. So hopefully the next one's a little bit better. Alright, B, when that's done, you may go back towards Earth to refuel and have a little bit of shore leave if you need it. Come on. Alright. Baston shore leave's done. They found a mine, and the B is at Earth. Beautiful. So now we're just waiting on the Baston's overhaul. And then we will be going back to wherever it went. There it is, Loci. Okay. So we still have 2 more gates to do. I don't know that we'll get both of them done today, but we'll get one of them open anyway. Maybe. It is certainly taking its sweet time. There we go. Another mine as well. That's cool. Okay. Baston. Through... No, not Barnard's. Through Ross. Through Teegarden. Van Manen. Aquarii. Loci. And the next unexplored one. Go. Yep, that's fine. Welcome to another Gliese that starts with a 1. Lovely. And it looks fairly disappointing already, but I won't cast judgment until it's actually done scanning. But I get the distinct sense I'm soon going to be casting judgment. Anyway. We'll let it actually do its job before we say that. Come on. There you go. Well, if there were any aliens here, I think I would have seen them by now, so I think it's safe to bring the bee in as soon as we get to a responding tick. Whenever that will be. Well, found something. Just, not much. Not much at all. That one and that one are both done, so this is pretty much it. If we don't find anything over here, we're not finding stuff. A little bit. Yes, no, maybe, no. So the grand sum of that, okay, now that's at least decent, at least in terms of geranium and corundium. That one's terrible. So this is definitely a place I could come and bring in a miner, but I definitely would not want to colonize this, because it's going to take a long time to drag all this out, because of bad accessibility. So it's definitely not one that we're going to bother colonizing permanently. That's for sure. Alright, B, let's get you out there. Yeah, that Gliese one, not that Gliese one. Anyway. And we'll get the Baston to do the grav surveying. Just because we can, not because it's terribly helpful. But just because we can. So overall, I'd say this was fairly disappointing today in terms of what we found. 3 sectors, only one had even moderate minerals. No aliens. Yeah, not real impressed with the last couple sectors. Not real impressed. Well, we are finding lots of new jump points, so we have plenty of sectors still to open, but I was kind of hoping we might actually get something more interesting in this one, but oh well. And actually, that's another reason I'm kind of leaning towards splitting the Bastogne into two different ships. Because in a case like this, where the mineral scans took basically no time at all, I could have the grav scanning going on, and then go and open up another sector and start its geological surveying. I mean, I don't really like trying to remember what two things are doing at once, but it certainly may speed things along. So the more I think about it, the more I think I will be doing that. Although I know I'm not very good at paying attention to more than one thing at once, but anyway. As long as it's the gravitational surveyor, the actual military ship that I'm paying attention to, will be fine. But the commercial vessels don't ever break down, so they're no big deal. It'd be more just a case that it'll probably just end up sitting around, doing nothing for a very long time, often. But anyway, that's fine. That's fine too. Come on. Please? Yes? No? Okay. Hiya. Can't say as I'm terribly impressed. But yeah, that gives me some things to do in between sessions. I am definitely going to take another look around at deleting commercial ships, because I really, really think that will help. Even more fuel. Cool. And then I'm going to split the Bastogne into two. So we'll have a grav surveyor and a geological surveyor, which I think will be helpful. But the main thing is if I can actually figure out how to get rid of those commercial vessels, and therefore the turns start moving at a decent clip, it may be a lot less important to split those up. I don't know where else I can look. I was pretty thorough. I think I clicked every single button, at least as far as I know, every single button that could have even remotely helped. And none of them actually did, but I will look again. Maybe there's some bizarre sub-menu I've got to find somewhere. No idea. But I will look again. I think the bee is ready to be told another job. Yes, it is. Off you go. Come on. Please? Sir? Thank you. Can we keep up that blistering pace? Yeah, I've definitely got to find a way to do that. Because this is just, it's aggravating me to no end. And if I can't find a way to speed that up, I can foresee this season ending relatively soon, because this is just driving me nuts. Like that terrible joke about the pirate with a steering wheel coming out of his pants. It's driving me nuts. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, you're killing me. Alright, we're at least now on the outer ring of them. Having said that, that still means about a dozen to go, but anyway. Come on, sir. Okay, the bee is ready for the next gate if this one does find another one. Oh, this is painfully slow. Oh, come on, thank you. 8 to go. Alright, well I think at this point I'm going to put an end to your misery, even if it's not an end to my misery, and call that an episode here. So, after I shut the camera off, I'll finish these last couple waypoints. I'll redesign the Bastogne into the commercial geological surveyor and the military gravitational scanner. I will then continue hunting around trying to find out how to get rid of commercial ships. And I really, really hope I do find that, because that would really, really help. So, anyway, when next I return, the date will be a little bit further forward at least, because obviously I'll have to have finished this and the building of the 2 new ships. So the date will be a bit ahead, but I won't open up any new sectors until I have the camera back on, so you won't miss anything that way. So at this point then, folks, I'd just like to thank you for your patience, your incredible patience for sitting through these painfully long turns. So thank you for that, and until next time, please stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again next time.